The letter of 1 Peter is written to Christians who are being persecuted. This is, unfortunately, an increasing reality for Christians in the world today. Only a few weeks ago, I was at a seminar led by Eddie Lyle, the head of Open Doors, and he was speaking directly into this subject. Christians are now being killed in more countries around the world than ever before, and the number of martyrs has increased steadily for the last 4 years. And you yourself, as you listen to this, may be in a situation where you are being persecuted. This letter is for you. Now, Peter says very clearly that he's writing with the help of Silas, who was one of Paul's missionary companions. And indeed, you can see Paul's influence on the letter through Silas and the way it's composed and some of the ideas that he uses. The letter is divided really, I think, into 3 sections. In the first, Peter celebrates this extraordinary salvation that we have been given in Christ. In fact, the first part, the first main paragraph, is just a full expression of worship to God of this salvation. Chapter 1 and verses 3 to 9. And then he talks about the importance of living holy lives. I mean, if we're going to be persecuted, let's not be a perfect nuisance in society and be punished because of our wrongdoing. And then thirdly, he talks about us as living stones being formed into a holy temple where we are royal priests, where we are chosen. Chosen is a key word in 1 Peter. It keeps on occurring. Not only is Christ chosen, but that we are chosen. And so there's this great celebration that as we suffer, we know that we are being built into this wonderful creation that God is making. The middle part of the letter addresses more specifically groups who are being persecuted and especially vulnerable to persecution. The slaves in a household were just had no rights, and to be a Christian slave, you were really, really bottom of the pile. And it's fascinating that Peter has most to say to slaves. He then talks about women who are Christians who are married to non-Christian husbands. Now, what he says is slightly wider than that, but you can see that that's his main point. And he talks about how they should relate to their husbands. And then he opens up, or seems to open up the whole question about how is the community, the Christian community, to live. And again, he points to Jesus' own example. When Jesus was hit in the face at his trial, he said, "Why did you hit me? If I've done wrong, tell me. But if not, why did you hit me?" You see, he didn't hit the guy back, but neither did he act as a doormat. He challenged the person, he challenged the court about justice. And Jesus' example is referred to again and again and again throughout 1 Peter. And he is an example that we should follow. Peter brings the letter to the most magnificent conclusion. First of all, he talks about the spiritual battle. He refers to that. And then he comes out with a magnificent statement. Chapter 5 and verse 10. "And the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory, will, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore, establish, and strengthen you."